So here's a little bit of Michael Loebs. Michael Loebs of the California National Party, who's a super progressive. Here's some of his progressive planks, but let's listen to Michael Loebs for a minute or so. Michael Loebs, go ahead.
Friends or their family or their co-workers know, but we can't afford to have shame in openly declaring that we are Californians and that this is what animates our politics. I am a California nationalist. It's not a dirty word. Nationalism doesn't need to mean hostility to outsiders. It doesn't need to mean insular self-interest or a belief in superiority. California doesn't need to be better or greater than any other nation. But it's different, and it's ours. It's a recognition that it's foolish to expect that someone else is going to fix our problems, that a distant presidential candidate or some politico who's merely using California as a means to advance their own personal career have the answers for us. So I'm a California nationalist because this is my home, and we have a responsibility as citizens to take notice of ourselves. And even if tomorrow all the problems of the United States were fixed, I would still be a California nationalist because I believe we are a distinct and unique.
So we have a whole bunch of candidates, right? 46 candidates in this recall. Now, Michael Loebs, just to let you know a couple of his progressive planks, he's a nationalist and just strikes right-wing militia, and then, you know, it's like, can't you part your hair or wear a tie or something? I don't know. His policies, his image aside, his policies are actually super progressive in spite of his California nationalism. He's in favor of universal basic income. He's in favor of universal health care. He's in favor of instant runoff voting. He's in favor of net neutrality. Michael Loebs does not want a wall. Michael Loebs is against qualified immunity. Michael Loebs wants high-speed rail. Michael Loebs wants funding for the arts. He wants to end the war on drugs. Michael Loebs wants to ban civil forfeiture. He wants to end corporate personhood. And he wants a people's constitutional convention.
Unique people. And that as such, we have a fundamental right to make our own policies and determine our own system of government. So no Californian is ever going to be my political enemy. And by a Californian, I mean somebody who identifies primarily as a Californian, whose political interests begin with California. And so because of that, the California National Party needs to represent California values, but also recognize that as a people, we are not monolithic in our views and opinions. We need to create a party that opens a space where everyone who wants to work for California can find a place. I don't believe that the California National Party can succeed if we're going to be liberals or progressives or conservatives. We have to be Californians. We have to have the recognition that we need complex and nuanced views because California is a complex and diverse place. We can't afford to simply be another party selling yet another ideology that claims to have all the answers without pragmatic reflection or sufficient thought to the human beings who are affected.
Michael Loebs also believes in a people's bank. He wants to get a California People's Bank going. He wants funding for the arts. He wants universal health care. He wants paid family and medical leave. He wants to convert the Senate to proportional representation. Add members to the Assembly. He wants to build desalination plants. Energized with 100% clean energy. He wants 50-50 nationalized electricity between having the state. The California owns the transmission grid, so break up PG&E, have California own the transmission grid, and then have the local folks control the distribution grids. He believes in a right to privacy constitutional amendment. He believes in an end to mass government surveillance. He believes in an oil extraction tax. He believes in campaign finance reform with contribution limits by individuals and corporations. He believes in free preschool. He believes in a California history requirement. He believes in bilingual education for all. He believes in criminal justice and gun regulation by county with the state licensing system. He wants to expand California's existing autonomy with increasing moves towards, right, that's the main thing, his secession, pro-independence, pro-constitutional convention. So that's a lot of the things. Some of these were on the edge here. He's neither a socialist nor a capitalist. He wants to guarantee transfers from high schools and community colleges for good students. Criminal justice reform. He wants to reform the bail system and eliminate qualified immunity and transfer of funding to non-police agencies, which is defund the police. And yeah, that's Michael Loebs.
And so I feel that any attitude that seeks to divide us into antagonistic camps of coastal versus inland, or north versus south, or even blue versus red, is not looking at the California nation as it really is, which is a united whole with a shared infrastructure, a shared history, and I believe a shared destiny. So for us to succeed, our people must have faith in California and our ability to be our own nation within the global community. But to gain that faith, Californians need to have faith in their own government. So to accomplish this, we must return political representation to Californians. And we can only do that not through a federally backed, corporate-backed party, but one that's willing to fight for California, not just in the interest of independence, which is of course a long-term goal, but to bring representation back to Californians, to make sure that it's not the desires of a single political party that speaks our voice, but us. So that's what the California National Party is. Thank you very much. So I can probably open the floor for a few questions, 1 or 2 or 3 questions, to make sure that we have some time. Does anybody have anything? Otherwise,
any questions about the California National?
And of course, you can talk to me afterward as well.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.